It started as a surprise, a knock on the door. Nothing alarming. Steffy Forrester was at home, unwinding from another turbulent day at Forrester Creations. The kids were at a sleepover. The house was calm. She wasn't expecting visitors. When she opened the door and saw Luna standing there, uninvited and cold-eyed, she felt a sudden jolt of unease. Luna's presence wasn't just unusual, it was unnatural. And the look in her eyes said this wasn't just a visit. This was something else. Behind Steffy, John Finnegan appeared, confused. "Luna, what are you doing here?" he asked, stepping forward. Luna didn't blink. She walked into the house as if she belonged there. "We need to talk," she said, her voice low and measured. "No," Steffy replied firmly. "Whatever this is, you need to leave. Now." But Luna didn't move. Instead, she looked directly at Finn. "You owe me this." "You both do." The tension skyrocketed. Steffy stepped between them. She said, "Leave, Luna." "Don't make this harder than it already is." Luna's eyes narrowed. "Hard? You think this is hard? You stole everything from me. You ruined everything. You don't get to push me aside again." Steffy repeated, bewildered. "What are you talking about?" But Finn knew. He'd seen it building in Luna for months: erratic behavior, the bitterness, the darkness growing behind the mask of the sweet, misunderstood girl. She had always felt like an outsider, always desperate for belonging. And when she learned the truth, when she discovered that Finn was her biological father, the result of a past he never even knew existed, it unraveled something in her. Luna had wanted to find her family. Instead, she found a wall. Steffy had made it clear Luna wasn't part of their world, and Luna wasn't going to accept that. Finn tried to de-escalate. "Luna, we can talk, but not like this. Let's go somewhere," but then it happened. Fast, silent, terrifying. Luna reached into her coat and pulled out a gun. Steffy's eyes widened. "Luna, no," and then a shot rang out. Steffy fell. Finn screamed her name and dropped to his knees, grabbing her, blood already soaking his shirt. Her eyes flickered, wide in shock. One gasp, then stillness. Luna stood frozen, the gun in her hand trembling but still pointed downward. She didn't speak, didn't cry, just stared at what she had done. Finn looked up, horror overtaking him. "What did you do?" he shouted. "What did you do?" Luna blinked once. "She took everything. She was never going to let me in. You weren't going to fight for me. So I made it fair." Then she dropped the gun. Not on the floor into Finn's hands. "I didn't come here to kill her. But you know she never would have let me be part of your life." And before he could stop her, before he could even think, Luna ran. Out the door. Into the night. Finn stood there, shaking, the gun in his hand, Steffy's blood on his arms, the weight of the moment crushing down on him. Time slowed. The air vanished from the room. The woman he loved, his wife, was dead, killed by his daughter. The silence was shattered by his own voice, a scream, broken and raw. But then came the hardest moment of his life, the decision. He should have called the police. He should have told the truth. But what would that mean? Luna would be arrested. She'd go to trial. Prison. Maybe worse. She was unstable. Yes, but still his daughter? A child. Lost, angry, broken. A part of him. He looked at Steffy's lifeless body. What if this didn't have to end that way? What if he could control the story? What if Steffy's death didn't lead to another life being destroyed? Finn moved on instinct. He staged the scene, smashed a window, threw over a chair. He wiped the gun, called 911. His voice was calm, too calm. "There's been a break-in," he told the operator. "My wife's been shot." The police arrived minutes later. Finn played the part. A grieving husband, a man who'd fought to save her, who'd arrived too late. The story held. No one suspected him. There were no witnesses, no cameras. Luna had vanished. and Finn had no intention of revealing what really happened. But guilt doesn't die quietly. At the funeral, Finn barely spoke. Ridge held hope. Brooke cried. Taylor flew in. Liam offered condolences. But no one understood why Finn looked so hollow, so absent. They thought it was grief. It wasn't. It was guilt. Days passed, then weeks. The police investigated the burglary, but found no leads. Nothing stolen. Nothing consistent. There were whispers. Was it a hit? Did someone have a grudge against Steffy? But Finn shut it down. Privately, he searched for Luna, tracked old contacts, checked clinics, shelters. Her trail had gone cold. She'd disappeared completely. And still, he kept the secret. But secrets in the bold and the beautiful don't stay buried. One night, Liam confronted Finn. "I've been watching you," Liam said. "You're not grieving. You're haunted. You want to tell someone. So tell me." Finn said nothing. Liam leaned in. "I saw security footage from the neighbor's house. Luna was there that night." "What happened?" Finn stared at him. "Then finally, you don't want the truth. I want to know who killed Steffy." Finn's silence said it all. Liam backed away, horrified. "It was her. Luna. Your daughter. And you're covering for her." "I didn't plan it," Finn said, his voice cracking. She snapped. "I didn't know what to do. You let a murderer walk free," Liam spat. "You let your wife die in silence." "She was my daughter," Finn whispered. "No, she's your accomplice," Liam snapped. The confrontation didn't end in violence, but it did end in a threat. "I don't care what blood ties you have," Liam said. "You either tell the truth, or I will." And with that, the next chapter began. Luna's return was inevitable. Someone would find her, or she would come back. Maybe to confess, maybe to finish what she started. Finn's world is a crumbling castle built on lies, soaked in blood. The choices before him are all bad. Confess and lose everything. Stay silent and watch everything fall apart. Or betray one daughter to honor another woman's memory. In the bold and the beautiful, loyalty, family, and justice rarely walk the same path. But Finn is walking all three. And the consequences will define the rest of his life. 3 months had passed since Steffy's death. The official story of botched home invasion was still holding, but only barely. Rumors whispered through Forrester Creations like wildfire. Some believed it had been a robbery gone wrong. Others suspected a rival. But Liam knew better. And Finn. He carried a lie so heavy, it was crushing every part of him. Finn no longer smiled. He barely showed up to work. At home, he was a ghost haunting his own life. His nights were sleepless, his days consumed with trying to track down Luna. There was no trace, no credit card usage, no contact. It was as if she had vanished off the face of the earth. But then, one morning, he found an envelope outside his door. No name, no stamp. Inside was a photo of Luna standing at a gas station in Arizona. She was alive, and she was watching. Finn's hands trembled as he flipped the photo over. A note scribbled on the back read, "Don't look for me. You already made your choice." That same day, Liam arrived at the hospital, eyes blazing with intent. He'd stayed quiet long enough. For weeks, he'd wrestled with the burden of knowing the truth, of knowing that Luna had murdered Steffy in cold blood and that Finn had covered it up. But grief wasn't his only fuel now. It was rage. Rage at the man who let his daughter die without justice. Rage at a system willing to look the other way. Rage at Finn's cowardice. "You had your chance," Liam said as he confronted Finn outside the hospital's main entrance. "Now it's mine, Liam. Don't do this. She was the mother of my child, the love of my life. And you let her die for your daughter's sins. I'm done waiting." And with that, Liam walked away, phone in hand. Within an hour, the first leak hit the press. Insider sources. Steffy Forrester's death was not a robbery but a cover-up. The tabloids pounced. The media firestorm erupted. Social media exploded with speculation. Reporters descended on the hospital, on Forrester Creations, even on Taylor and Ridge. Statements were demanded. Comments refused. And then the hammer fell, an anonymous tip to the LAPD, accompanied by grainy, enhanced footage from a neighbor's security cam. Luna's silhouette. The timestamp. The night of the murder. Finn was summoned for questioning. His attorney insisted he stay silent, but Finn knew it was over. When the detectives asked, "Did your daughter kill your wife?" Finn finally said the words he'd been choking on for months. Yes, the fallout was immediate. Finn was suspended from the hospital pending a full criminal investigation. Child Protective Services began inquiries into his custody over Hayes. Bill Spencer released a statement condemning the concealment. Brooke was livid. Hope shattered. Taylor broke down in front of Ridge. "My daughter is dead," she wept, and he protected her killer. But even amid the chaos, something more shocking happened. Luna came back. She walked into the LAPD precinct at midnight, alone, tired, eyes hollow. "I'm here to turn myself in," she told the desk officer. "I killed Steffy Forrester." The next morning's headline screamed, "Luna Nozawa confesses to murder." But her confession wasn't simple. It came with a full statement tone that shocked everyone. Luna claimed she had gone to the house to confront Steffy over Finn. That she had brought the gun to threaten, not to kill. That she didn't remember pulling the trigger. "She told me I was a mistake," Luna said during the interrogation. "That Finn would never accept me." I snapped. "I didn't plan it, but it happened. I'm sorry." Despite her remorse, prosecutors began building a strong case for second-degree murder. But the public narrative was spinning out of control. Some saw Luna as a broken girl caught in a legacy of rejection. Others saw her as a cold-blooded killer. The Forresters were torn. Ridge wanted justice. Thomas wanted blood. But Hope was conflicted. "She's still a child," she told Liam. A broken one, Liam refused to listen. So was Beth, when Steffi held onto her knowing she was mine. "I didn't forget. I won't forgive again." Meanwhile, Finn faced disciplinary hearings, legal scrutiny, and full alienation from the Forrester family. No one would speak to him. Not even his own son, now staying full-time with Ridge and Taylor. He visited Luna in jail. She wouldn't meet his eyes. "I didn't mean to ruin your life," she said. "I just wanted to be loved." "You were," Finn replied. "But I chose wrong. And now we both pay for it." Luna's trial was fast-tracked. The media circus threatened to collapse the entire court system. Dozens of character witnesses. Grace Buckingham sobbed on the stand. She was lost. But she wasn't evil. The prosecution argued premeditation. She brought the gun. She knew what she was doing. But the final twist came from Finn. He took the stand. Not to protect her this time, but to tell the truth. "I covered for her. I tampered with the crime scene. I lied to police because I couldn't face losing my daughter to. But I lost everything anyway. And the woman I love deserves more than silence." His confession stunned the courtroom. The judge ordered an investigation into Finn's obstruction. Charges were pending. But it was Luna's verdict that stunned the world. Guilty. Second-degree murder. Sentenced to 25 years. Eligible for parole in 15. The courtroom erupted. Ridge hugged Taylor. Liam held Beth. Hope stared blankly. Finn. He collapsed into his seat, destroyed. Outside the courthouse, protesters gathered. Some screaming for justice. Others pleading for mercy. The bold and the beautiful had crossed into new territory where love, loyalty, and blood ties collided with justice, death, and irreversible consequence. And in the aftermath, nothing was left untouched. Finn resigned from medicine. He sold the house, moved into a small coastal town where no one knew his name. Hope returned to Liam, but their bond was cracked beyond repair. Ridge and Brooke tried to keep the family from fracturing completely. Taylor withdrew from the public eye. And Luna, alone in prison, kept a photo of Finn by her bed, the one person who loved her until the end. But the question still lingers in the hearts of everyone watching. If love makes us protect our own, what does it make us become when that protection kills someone else? The saga isn't over. It never is.